When I first decided to go for this, I didn't meet with the insiders because I know Memphis is a town where everybody knows everybody. If I had told one of the insiders I was thinking about this, it would have gone all over town and they would have known about it before I even had made a decision on it. So I picked my two best friends from law school. There's actually three. Bryce Timmons is another one. But they're two of my best friends from law school. First we have Kevin McCormick. He was a Rhodes graduate, and he actually grew up in what part of Pine Bluff, Arkansas? Pine Bluff, Arkansas, in a middle-class home. Worked his tail off, went to Rhodes. Then he went to Cecil C with me, and now he's an attorney, a civil attorney at Ballin and Fishman. And then I've got Andrew DeShazo, of course, who already told you me and him went to undergrad together. And then we also went to law school together, of course. And one thing I got to point out, he's right. Me and him, like, we debated to the point where people would come up to me and be like, John, why are you spending 300 comments on a Facebook thread talking issues with people? Like, what are you getting out of this? And I know, I know that there's probably, me and him are probably the only two people reading it, but what it actually did for me without me even knowing it is that I got to see every aspect of every issue. We're stuck with two parties, unfortunately. I would really like to get rid of the two-party system, but that being said, and the reason it bothers me so much is because we have such a wide political spectrum. I mean, if you really, this is the poli-sci nerd talking right now. Instead of two sides, there's really a four-sided spectrum, and I'm not going to go into details on that or I'll talk forever. But my point is, I came to these two friends, told them what I was thinking about doing. They didn't even hesitate. They were on board completely, and they also helped me write my platform. It's been such an awesome thing to have ideas, but then have attorneys, other than myself, actually digging through them, checking their constitutionality, making sure they actually make sense, making sure they can actually be something that we can put into place. So I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all really came to bat for me, and I love both of y'all. Thank y'all so much. But the one thing that I really learned from debating these issues thoroughly is that no matter how many pie graphs I show somebody, no matter how many statistics I show, no matter how many articles I quote, I'm not changing minds. As much as I wish I was, I'm not. I mean, I come from a conservative family. I have a beautiful conservative girlfriend over here, so I don't mean to out you on that. But they argue with me, like, I shouldn't say argue, debate with me civilly, constantly. And what that's taught me is that I'm not going to change minds, so why not focus on the issues that actually bring us together? That's why when I was the first person in Memphis to call out for body cameras on all police, I was so amazed to see that my officer buddies and another person that probably does, well, actually, I'm going to have to name drop him, I'm sorry. John Harvey is a retired police officer, and when I reached out to him to see what he thought about the issue, he goes, that protects me more than anybody else. And so basically at the end of the day, I found out that body cameras, they protect the police, they protect the public, and they protect your taxpayers' dollars. What inspired me to push it was I read an article in Rialto, California, where they had put it in place, and the first year the results came in, 60% reduction in use of force. I still haven't figured the statistic out. It's either 88 or 89%, and yes, a percent does matter to me. 88 or 89% reduction in lawsuits against the police. As an attorney for the city of Memphis in 2011, 2012, and briefly in 2013, I learned that that's something that happens frequently, and that saves money. And so it's a win-win issue. It brings everybody together. Vanderbilt recently put out a poll that said 86% of Tennesseans support body cameras on police. How often do you see 86% on any issue? That's something that brings people together. It saves money. It protects police. Again, it was a win-win, and I was really proud to have worked on that. Not just call out for it, but actually pressure city government into the point where I can't tag certain elected officials on Facebook anymore into purchasing them. So in September, we will see the implementation of 2,100 body cameras, and hopefully the key, though, is going to be making sure we implement them properly. Anyways. Another example of bringing everybody together, and I got to thank public servant, former state representative and current school board member, Mike Cornell. He's the one that brought me into the bridge, the Memphis street paper, early on at its foundation, and I was able to go into Caritas Village where they were having regular meetings on how to create this paper. I'm sure y'all are already aware of the papers in Nashville and DC. Well, we have one in Memphis now too. It's called the Memphis Bridge, the Memphis Street Paper. It's a Rhodes-produced, Rhodes student-produced newspaper that homeless people and people recovering from homelessness are able to sell for an income. It not only discourages panhandling, but it empowers people that really have been left out in the system. I mean, people that really need our help. Finally, the last thing that I'm working on currently, that I hope to be successful on is housing first. Now, I know when people hear what Housing First is, they're going to think, oh goodness, it's some wild-eyed liberal program. Well, it's not. It happened in Utah. Utah was the state that pushed it, and they practically eliminated homelessness in Utah. It's proven to be successful. They have around a 70% retention rate of the people they give the homes to. I'm not going to go into all the details of the program, but just to be on the safe side, instead of pushing it through government, I'm trying to push it through the Rotary Club, which is something I just joined recently. So those are the kind of issues that bring us together, and I've just got to say a few more things. The people that came here today, I can't thank y'all enough. I mean, it's tough for somebody my age to do something like this, and of course y'all know all the things, I'm sure you can imagine all the things I've been told and heard since I've decided to do this. But we're just, this city is so lucky. I mean, I have to say, like the table right here, I mean, y'all pretty much sum up what I'm getting to here. Don't be nervous, this is going to be a nice thing. But there's and I mean this as a compliment, and I'm trying to think of a better word, but I've got to say that the old guard in the city, the people that have been here and done all the good work, y'all really are what made Memphis what it is. I mean, this young generation that's coming up wouldn't have the beautiful amenities that we're having. We wouldn't see ourselves on the cusp of greatness right now if it weren't for y'all. I mean, the things that y'all have done in this city, y'all will never be replaced. I mean, I really feel like there's a beautiful, awesome generation coming up, as you saw in my video. But the experiences I've had meeting y'all and getting to know y'all and seeing how much you care about this city and how you stayed when so many other people ran away, it's amazing. And actually, my platform is pretty much built. I'm not going to go into platform points. You can go to my website for that. And I spared y'all. I have about a 30-page internal platform, but y'all don't want that on the website. So it's a short platform. Now, that platform is built around the idea, once again, bringing people together, that what hurt Memphis so bad, why this city aches and the pain that exists in this city is mostly built around the fact that everybody, not everybody, because obviously we're here, but so many people, I should say, fled the city. And in fleeing the city, we had to annex property and try to keep up with them to retain revenue. And in the process, we not only expanded the spending that we have to put towards services, but we also lost a lot of people to outside communities, and they drive on our roads, they take our jobs, they use our services, and then they drive back outside the city and don't pay for them. I have plans that address that issue in a polite way, and it's an optional way. I don't believe in the government forcing anybody to do anything, but it's a good way to. I have some issues that will cover that, and then of course I'm so happy to see so many young people here today, because I got to tell y'all, I'm going to release some statistics soon that's going to show y'all how many young people vote in city elections, and it's going to make you sad. I mean, we've got all these people doing stuff. We've got Graham Winchester banging out drum solos for Devil Train on Monday nights at the Buccaneer. We got Matt Martin is doing some amazing things with the Black Lodge. Larry Thompson is getting ready to open Newbies back up. We've got these young people that are stepping up, people that used to run around when I had my long hair and I was running all over the town. These people are the ones that were so young, but now they're actually business owners and they have big involvement in the community. And part of this campaign is not just going to be about changing the city, but also, I guess this is changing the city, getting them more involved, not just in the business side, but in the community side.